Hello, and welcome to the Thomas Nelson Community College EMS Program's Clinical and Field Orientation video series. In this segment, we're going to cover how you would document patient contacts and skills performed while attending your field ambulance shifts. Please begin by going to your JB Learning website and signing into your account. Once you've signed in, select the class you are currently enrolled and launch your Navigate to dashboard. Once there, click the FISDAP hot link at the upper right-hand corner of your dashboard and open up your FISDAP account. As discussed in previous videos, once you are nearing the end of your field shift, you will need to start documenting all of your patient contacts. To do this, access your Skills and Patient Care list and find the shift you are currently attending. Again, confirm that it is the date, time, and location that you signed up for, and start navigating through your documentation section. You'll be able to add patients, attachments, quick skills that you may have done, and your evaluations are at the bottom. We will go through each section. First, when you are ready to add a patient, click that hot link. This is slightly different than the hospital shift that you documented previously. At the very top, it discusses whether or not you were a team lead and how you were dispatched to the call. Adding a preceptor is the same process. Either look for them in the drop-down menu or add them as a new instructor. Document how you arrived at the scene, lights and siren or no lights and siren, and then begin your documentation. Just as you did with your hospital shift, you need to click whether you performed the interview or exam. You need to document whether or not the patient needed airway management, and if you were the one to successfully manage or unsuccessfully manage the airway. Document your AFPU. Select your age. And remember, if it is a newborn, you're going to enter 0 years and 0 months. Document the complaint. Primary and secondary impressions. If it is a cardiac arrest, how it was witnessed. If you had any ROSC. And any secondary impressions. Now you're ready to begin documenting your interventions. First, you will need to document your vital signs that you obtained on your patient. If you were the one that performed this skill, click I obtained vital signs. Again, when you initially open this, there are only 4 listed. You will need to open the drop-down box by clicking More to get all of your different vital signs. You can then move through each of the skills and document what you performed. Once you've completed documenting all your vital signs and interventions, you need to document whether or not the patient's disposition was treated and transported and how they were transported to the hospital. Once you've completed everything on the main page, you are now ready to document your narrative. Again, when documenting your narrative, please treat it as if it was going to be called into court. Remember, when you're documenting field and hospital shifts, you are not going to be putting any patient demographic information. However, you can put the age, gender, and chief complaint. Always sign the end of your narrative. And you are ready to move on to adding another patient or reviewing shift documentation. When you are ready to have your preceptor sign off on your shift, they need to review all of the documentation that you performed. You also need to make sure that you have completed all of your evals. Your preceptor will then select sign off on this shift. They will give a brief summary and a plan of action if there's anything you can work on. And then type in their name. And sign off. You must click sign off in order to save the signature. Again, before your shift is locked, you must complete all of the site evaluations. Okay, you'll perform a self-evaluation, site evaluation, preceptor evaluation. And then your preceptor will also fill out the internship evaluation. Once that is completed, you will be able to lock your shift. If you do not manually lock it, it will lock within 24 hours. If you go to lock it and there's anything missing, it will notify you that there are things that still need to be filled out. Once your shift is locked, we will not unlock it for any reason other than extenuating circumstances. You will need to contact your clinical coordinators if you have any issues with your FSDAP program. If you are unable to document your patient contacts in FSDAP because the website is down or there was a problem with your access, you may access a piece of paper and print it and take it with you that will count for your documentation. This is a clinical and field internship evaluation worksheet. It is located on the Fire and EMS Programs website. You will type in thomasnelson.edu/fire-EMS and go to the Emergency Services page. The fourth link that was talked about earlier in this program is noted as the Thomas Nelson Clinical and Field Competency Tracking Form. It is only to be used when FSDAP is inaccessible. You will then document your patient contacts in the provided fields, and your preceptor will sign off on this paper. This paper will then be uploaded to FSDAP once it becomes available as documentation for the shift that you completed. If you have any issues at your field sites, you must contact your lead instructor and clinical coordinator immediately. Simply step aside, go somewhere private, and email or contact us by phone. That concludes this video. If you have any additional questions, please contact your clinical coordinators or your lead instructor. Thank you.